For centuries, the Western Roman Empire seemed invincible. From its marble cities to its legions, it was the beating heart of the ancient world. But then, suddenly, it all vanished. What could have brought down a power so immense? Let's travel back to Rome's most perilous days, the 5th century, when old certainties crumbled. First, money. Rome's economy was collapsing. Centuries of war had drained the treasury. Gold vanished as tax collectors squeezed even the poorest citizens. Desperate emperors turned to debasing the currency, mixing cheaper metals with silver. That caused inflation to surge. Food was scarce. Trade ground to a halt. Then, the legions, the empire's muscle, grew weak. Earlier episodes showed their discipline on the battlefield, but now, the legions could no longer rely on loyal Romans. Recruitment dried up. Rome hired outsiders from Germanic tribes as mercenaries, Visigoths, Vandals, and others, paying them to fight Rome's enemies, and sometimes to defend Rome from itself. But these allies weren't always loyal. Imagine soldiers willing to sell out the empire for a better offer. In 410 CE, the unimaginable happened. The Visigoths, marching under King Alaric, once hired as mercenaries, sacked the city of Rome. For the Romans, it was a nightmare come to life. A city untouched by foreign armies for 800 years was now in flames. Why did it get this bad? Let's talk about politics. Civil wars tore the empire apart. Emperors became little more than puppets, fighting each other for scraps of power. In just the 5 decades before Rome fell, there were over 20 emperors. Most ruled only for a year or two, before being murdered, exiled, or overthrown. Powerful generals, or strongmen, often had real control, not the emperor. Sometimes Rome's own armies toppled the government. This chaos left the empire open to attack from all sides. There were even deeper roots to the crisis. Overexpansion. Control stretched from Britain to Africa to the Middle East. No road was long enough, no messenger fast enough to keep an empire this vast together. Defense became impossible. Frontiers cracked open. Armies of Huns flooded into Europe, pushing entire tribes, the Goths, Vandals, and others, across Rome's borders. Desperate for safety and land, these tribes didn't just raid. They began to settle inside Roman territory. Soon, whole regions became barbarian kingdoms in all but name, even as Rome tried to keep up appearances. But make no mistake, Romans weren't simply victims. Many leaders welcomed barbarian generals into their courts, hoping they'd save the empire. Some emperors even granted them high office and trusted them as bodyguards. Yet, when the crisis deepened, these alliances turned disastrous. In 455, the Vandals sailed from North Africa and sacked Rome again. Once more, the city that had ruled the known world was plundered, and this time, much was lost forever. Then, the final blow. By 476, the Western Empire was a shadow. The boy emperor Romulus Augustulus clung to the throne, but the true power was in the hands of a barbarian general, Odoacer. The world changed with a letter. Odoacer sent the imperial regalia, the symbols of Roman power, eastward to Constantinople, refusing to name a new Western emperor. The Roman Empire in the West had fallen, but in reality, it faded away piece by piece over decades. Some Romans barely noticed. By the time the last emperor vanished, many citizens were already ruled by Frankish, Gothic, or Vandal kings, men who called themselves Romans. Some historians blame the barbarians. Others say it was greed, decay, or even climate change that doomed the empire. but the truth is more tangled. Rome was undone by 100 cuts, economic crisis, rotting politics, mercenary armies, barbarian migrations, and civil war. The Roman world did not vanish overnight. Roman law, language, and customs lived on in kingdoms that rose from its ruins. Even the popes in ancient basilicas kept Rome's spirit alive. But something truly ended with the last Western emperor. No longer would a single power rule the West with Rome's confidence and grandeur. Medieval Europe was now being born, chaotic, fragmented, and fiercely new. So, what caused Rome's fall? It was not one sword stroke, but a long unraveling, a story of power, pressure, and a world forever changed. And the echoes of Rome's collapse still shape our world today. Would you have seen the signs if you lived in those final days? Or would Rome's end have taken you by surprise? The rise and fall of empires, ancient and modern, reminds us to look closer at our own world. What lasts? What disappears? And which cracks today might suddenly become collapse tomorrow? The Roman Empire fell once, but its legacy, in ways both visible and hidden, will never truly fade. Join us next time as we explore what became of the Eastern Roman Empire and why its story didn't end when Rome fell. There's always more waiting in the shadows of history.